All right, all right, all right. How are we doing, people? How are we doing today? How are we doing today, guys? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, guys, to one and all. Thank you so much for joining in on the live for today, guys. I appreciate you. Welcome to my live for those who are here. Big up on yourself. Thank you so much for joining in on the conversation for today, guys. It's indeed an revolutionized era. And of course, as you guys know it, I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. Even if you haven't subscribed to the channel and you're just a bushwatcher here, of course, I appreciate you. If you're just passing by for a moment, I appreciate you. Big up to everybody for being here today. Today is Friday and it's the 3rd of July, guys. It's the 3rd of July. It's a Friday. Hope we're having a great Friday afternoon. It's beautiful on my end here. Very, very hot outside, but it's indeed a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here today, guys. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself, guys. Big up on yourself. Thank you so much for joining in on the conversation today. Just checking with the chat a little bit here to see who is here from early, as the men would say, who he's here from Shirley. So we have Tuffed in the building. Big up yourself, Tuffed. How are you doing today, Tuffed? To reach. Big up yourself, Tuffed. We also have Polly in the building as well. Big up yourself, Polly. Up one side to the landslide. Big up yourself, Polly. It's a pleasure, absolute pleasure to have you here as well. We also have Damien in the chat. Damien in the chat, welcome to my live, I guess. Don't know if I've ever seen you over here, but Damien come with some news to say that Vibes Cartel sold gold in UK. If we talk about that, this is a one-side channel, Damien. I do whatever I please over here, talk about whoever I want to talk about. But since you want a little highlight, and of course, congratulations to Vibes Cartel for selling gold in UK. All right, where do we go from here, Damien? Where do we go from here? All right. So we also have Vitalist in the building. Big up yourself, Vitalist. Hope I said that right. Big up Mellz. Big up yourself, Vitalist. Thank you for joining in on the conversation today. Big up yourself. Thank you for joining in on the conversation today. So yeah, big up to the chat for those who are here so far, and for those who are on their way. Personal shout out to my members who are a part of my membership program. Guys, remember that you can join. You can join in my membership. It's not too late, guys. Just support the channel. Support the channel. Make sure that we're liking up the live on our way in. And of course, make sure that we are subscribing to the channel if we are indeed new here. And of course, not only that, but make sure that we are supporting the live as well, guys. So shout out to everybody for being here. Follow me, guys, on TikTok. I'm over there on TikTok as well as I'm over here on YouTube. I have not yet gone live over there on TikTok as yet. I need to put together some time period as to when I'm going to go live over there. But the channel has been growing tremendously over there, guys. Tremendous. Like literally, I probably started that channel over there maybe like I would say close to 2 months ago, if I'm being open and honest. And no, I'm almost at I'm at 300 and something followers over there. So it's really a good look over there on TikTok. And as you guys know, as I always say, I want to get the Masicka music, to the four winds, the four corners of the earth. That's what this is about. That's what this movement is, of course, about as well. And guys, you can follow me on Instagram as well. Same Mellz One Side Revolutionist over there as well. Guys. So all social media platforms, maybe not all, because there's so much different social media platforms, but that's where you can find me. For now, that's where you can indeed find me. All right, shout out to the crooks who are here. Guys, make sure that we are going and we're streaming Masicka music on all major platforms. Spotify, guys, one of those places that we want to definitely focus on. Whatever work that we need to do over there to make sure that the music is streamed as it's supposed to. That's what we want to do over there. And we cannot talk about the stream without the impact, guys. We know that when it comes to Masicka and his music, there's a great impact there with the music. So we just want to make sure that the impact and the stream is working hand in hand, because there are times where we're seeing where a song doesn't have any impact whatsoever, guys, but we're seeing a lot of streams on it and we're wondering what's going on there. But then we have, oftentimes, it's the other way around where the music is indeed impactful, but we're not seeing the streaming on it. So we want to make sure that we're constantly going in, guys, and we are streaming and we're listening to Masicka music on all major platforms. That way we can help with the streaming aspect of the music as well, guys. So just want to put it out there. Definitely want to put it out there so that people can be aware. Again, that's one of the things that we're out here doing. Music, and music is a part of streaming as well. So just want to bring that to you guys' attention, of course. But again, welcome guys. Big up to everybody who is active in the building. Big up to each and every one, guys. Don't forget that Masicka will be in Germany this Saturday, as in tomorrow Saturday. Masicka will be in Germany, and we're hoping to get some live traction out of that show, guys. I'm pretty excited for Germany. In all honesty, Germany, of course, is one of Masicka sell gold in Germany with that record, Big Body Benz. So we definitely want to come out to support him. Again, I don't know anybody personally that's going to the Germany show, but I'm hoping, guys, that of course that we're able to get some live feed from over the show over there in Germany. So again, just want to put that out there. Summer Jam, that's tomorrow, guys. That's tomorrow. So we want to make sure that we are there to support, and we are there absolutely to aid in the performance for Masicka. All right, guys. As we move into the topic of discussion for today, as you guys can tell from my heading here, Masicka Irreplaceable in Dancehall, and here's why. We're gonna have some full-on conversation today as relates to when it comes to Masicka, and why he would be one that is irreplaceable in Dancehall. We're gonna also be talking about some things that's been happening in the space as far as what we see that's been happening. Not necessarily one side business, but of course, it's dancehall business and what's happening in the space. So definitely want to talk about, what's going on with the whole Vendetta and Gully underlying issues that we're seeing happening in the space, as far as, producer Sponge, who came out. For those who have been watching, producer Sponge came out, and he was, talking, some things as it relates to running to Alkaline's defense in regards to the whole drama or the whole controversial thing that we see the other day as it relates to Vibes Cartel coming out and throwing shades allegedly, and then now we're having this seem to be back and forth between Sponge and also Flex. So it's something that's happening in the media right now, and we wanna see what's going on, because we have it that, of course, that Sponge did indeed clap back based on what Flex had to say from previous time. So we're going to be looking into some of those things as well. And we're going to be tapping into, of course, some things, Masicka related as relates to what's happening and what's going on in the space, a type of thing. One of the first thing that I want to do first and foremost is to check out Ticketmaster, because I want to see how the tickets are going, how the tickets are moving. It is highly, highly imperative, guys, that, of course, I come here on a day-to-day basis, looking at Ticketmaster to see how we are doing over there as far as the tickets are concerned. Have we purchased our tickets yet? If not, what are we waiting on? Barclays is next month, so we have to make sure that we buy our tickets from early, and we are here ready and waiting as relates to where the tickets is concerned. So definitely going to take some look here based on what's happening with the tickets here as relates to Ticketmaster, because we're going to be checking on a day-to-day basis. There are different areas that we're watching because we want to see these areas move as quickly as possible. We know that there were some areas, for instance, that we were seeing where there's a lot of dark blue areas, and while there are still areas for dark blue areas, we are watching as those areas take its time and transform into lighter blue areas. So here we're checking and we're seeing, guys, you see what we're seeing here? So we were celebrating that, of course, there were different parts of the stage that had different color units there. And one of the areas that we're seeing now that is almost grayed out, or in a lighter blue manner, we're seeing area 125. So as we can see here, we have floor 2, that's that area which is grayed out already, and then moving from stage 2, we had 107 that's grayed out, 108 that's grayed out, and then followed by area 16, right? So now what we're seeing now, guys, literally as of today, because remember yesterday when we checked, area 125 was not light blue, and what we're seeing now is that area 125, right, that area is literally grayed out. So when people come to you guys and say that, oh, tickets are not selling, what's happening with, with the show, these it's vital that we literally come on a day-to-day basis and watch and look at these tickets, imploring fans to buy, of course, giving different recommendation, different information surrounding the show, that way people can literally see what's happening, type of thing. So when people are saying, hey, what's going on with the tickets, this is what we do, and this is the conversation that we have to show people that, listen, hey, this is what's happening as far as the tickets is concerned. So now we're seeing area 125, that is literally grayed out. Let's look at area 125. Area 125, and as we can see here, guys, area 125, all we have left in area 125 are some tickets that we have in the back section area here. So we literally have six tickets to go before area 126 is completely sold out. And as far as, let's look at the other areas, as section 107, that's another area, as we would have noticed that specific section is literally grayed out as well. And what we're seeing in this specific section, we are seeing only three section that is left here. And as we make our way over to section 108, we are seeing where there is, what's that, 4? Am I seeing that right? Or is it 5? Let's put it at 5. We're seeing that there is 5, there's literally 5, as we can see it, 5 tickets rather, that is left from this section. Hold on for a second, guys. Give me one little second here. All right, give me one little minute here. All right, hold on. Hold on, give me 1 second here, guys. Cha. All right. All right. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so as you can see here, I had to drop the link for a second there. Yeah, we're gonna have a whole conversation today, but a little bit more on that, a little bit to come, based on what we're gonna be talking about. So I had to drop the link for a second there. Roche, whenever you're ready, I mean, you can call in if you want to. I'm just going over Ticketmaster because, again, into today, I was watching Ticketmaster and I did see some areas of improvement here as related to some movement, some tractions as relates to StreamYard. So, as it relates to Ticketmaster, I'm sorry. So I wanted to like bring that out and show the people how the tickets are going, and not the mere fact that the tickets are indeed moving, but we need to have other areas working as well. We want to get some other areas moving as well. So based on what we are indeed seeing here, based on what you guys are seeing, that, some of those areas, from those grayed out areas, that's all that, we're having a lot of movements and tractions in those areas. But again, guys, like I said, kudos to those areas that are moving. We want to get some other areas that are that needs some more traction in areas, again, like 223, 222. We have areas like 221, 220, 219, 218, 214, 213, 212. Again, those areas on the outskirts, we want to get those areas moving as quickly as possible, guys. And then we do have some other dark blue areas that are not necessarily on the outskirt, but as you guys can see, like areas like 26, 24, 121, 120, 114, 111. And section 12, like those areas, we definitely want to see some tractions coming out of that area, most definitely. But again, coming here on a day-to-day basis and talking about these areas and see how tickets are moving, it's really good to see, right, that we're checking, and what we're seeing is absolutely that these areas are being turned into other colors, lighter blue colors, which is what we are seeing here. But cannot lose sight of the fact that those darker areas, we need to have those areas moving, of course. So again, another thing to celebrate here, as we see where another section, guys, has been grayed out, not completely, but less on the lighter blue side of it. And we are, we have to celebrate. We have to celebrate the small wins. One thing I learned a long time ago, that we have to celebrate the small wins, and seeing another area getting into the lighter blue shades, that shows us that tickets are indeed moving, and that's what we definitely want to see. So the kudos concern. But again, it doesn't change the fact, as what we are seeing here, that there's a lot more tickets that need to be sold. And the more we come here and the more we talk about these areas, the more we'll be able to see, the traction in those areas as well. So guys, here you have it. Here you have it. Ticket range are ranging again from $60, and they go all the way up to $892. Here we would have it, guys. And as we can see here, lots of the tickets that are on the outer skirts, these are the more cheaper tickets, right? $60 tickets. We also have $82 tickets here. We also have $60 and $82. Yeah, that's a pattern here on the outskirts. So, and here we have it, lots of these areas, like for example 125 area, these tickets goes for 128. We also have area 16 that goes for 166 at those prices. So definitely would not say here that literally money is is a problem here. I do believe that people are still waiting to purchase their tickets. They're waiting maybe towards the last minute. People, when people are booking something, people are buying things, there's a lot of emotions that goes along with it. There are people who are looking to book with their family, they're waiting, they're holding on, they're trying to look for sections available where there is so much people that would be able to fit in those sections. Because I've had those conversations with people, as in relates to booking and stuff like that. They're waiting for everybody to confirm, and then confirming how much people are going to go, and then they're able to get a section that will be able to fit all of those personnel. So it's definitely a good look. We love what we are seeing here, love what we're seeing here, and we just want to keep the momentum going. So guys, as we out here and we're watching tickets and we are imploring people to buy, make sure that we go out and we get our tickets as soon as possible, guys. Don't wait. The time is now. Make sure that we are indeed getting our tickets, guys. So again, I don't know about you, but I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. But again, we need to keep the momentum going, guys, as far as the tickets is concerned. All right, guys. Any questions? You guys can always let me know. Any question that you guys have regarding to Ticketmaster and things like that. Anything about the show, perhaps you'd want me to go over with those. I could go over those things. So just reach out and you guys can let me know, guys. You can always, shoot me an email if you want to shoot me an email, or you guys can always reach out, inbox me on Instagram. I'm always there on a day-to-day basis. If you guys have any questions that you probably want to ask me privately as it relates to where the show is concerned. So very good look that we're seeing here. We just want to definitely keep the momentum going as far as tickets is concerned, guys. All right, and as we're in album mode as well, cannot lose sight of the fact that Forever Rain is almost here. And as far as Forever Rain is our corner, we want to make sure absolutely that we are definitely gearing up to purchase the album. All right. Roche, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we just looking on Ticketmaster here because again, every morning when I wake up, I go to Ticketmaster and see, hey, what's going on over there. And this morning when I woke up,
So like your ambassador over the mill.
ambassador.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I was an ambassador, but you know how I am, bro. I'm always passionate on anything that I am a part of. I want to make sure that it's a success. Again, and being a Masicka vlogger out here, that I have to make sure that I come out and represent. And we want the show to sell out. And if we want the show to sell out, I literally cannot just stand by and just hope and pray that people buy their ticket, but I have to come out and remind people that, listen, hey guys, I needed to come out and I need you to buy your ticket as soon as possible. So those are some of the conversation definitely I want to have on a day-to-day basis. So when I checked Ticketmaster this morning and I realized that 125 was was, let's just say it's on the lighter side, because it's not grayed out, because there's still like 4 or 5 tickets over there left to be sold. It was definitely one of those moments, because we've been watching it on a day-to-day basis, that we can say, yes, I love what I'm seeing so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that that's how we're looking, looking at, as far as Ticketmaster is concerned, and buying tickets and things like that, gearing up to Barclays, August 15th. Yep. So how are we doing today?
Yeah, chill, chill. Yeah, I'm just done drive 2 hours to reach down here, dog. So I
Two
can't really
hours
much. Yeah.
That's how long it take. Oh my god.
Well, two and a half still, but you know, with that speed.
No, oh, and then you're always in a problem with the law.
Man.
Always in trouble with the law, type of thing. Yeah, man. So we're here, and one of the things, that you and I, we go way back, as far as we're always having those conversations, even before I have my platform, as it relates to Masicka, and as it relates to things that's been happening in dancehall. And
Yeah.
we're always passionate, and we're always like debating, and we're always giving our forefronts as relates to dancehall on its on a whole. And now I have a platform where I have a voice where I can come out and I can talk about Masicka, because you know how I read Masicka for a long time. And
Facts. Man, I think them people know how much you did an advocate for Masicka a long time, like from friggin'. Even when we got high school,
yeah.
and he used to have some like he used to have some song where he just dung in on some bag of lyrics. And I say, yo, Bomba, the brother you can bust, man. I mean, I say, yo, but listen, I think the brother you got busting because in lyrics, then he might fling too much lyrics off of people one time. And I say, yo, no, dog, you think you dog have it, you think you must have do that just for show creativity, energy, have it when it comes to be creative wise. And look, him there and him a do it now. It's
Hmm.
like you didn't know, say, this is the go on.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can talk about those times where he was, underground, and
Yeah,
we're just grimy, and just anybody who come close, him just always remember Urban Mondays. I think
yeah.
you're, I think you're probably one of those first person, Rashid, I think, that introduced me to Urban Mondays. I'm like, yo, Mel, you need to check out Urban Mondays when it comes to Massacre, bro. Like, sick. And after checking out Urban Mondays, it have never been the same, as relates to how lyrically inclined that this artist is. And we just wanted to come and have this, open this space, and have this conversation as a panel, and anybody else who want to perhaps join in on the conversation too, guys, the link is there. Believe me when I tell you, when I tend to not drop the link, but it's not necessary intentional, because you guys know that I open my I open my page for anybody they can join into the conversation. And believe me, I tell you, if you guys want to come and have conversation, we can open up the panel. The panel is always there. I just
About
think
open dialogue, yeah.
we have an open dialogue. That's exactly what this is about. I think when I started off my platform, months ago, I was highly driven, and was just so attached to people always just calling in. And sometimes what happened is conversation becomes uncontrollable, conversation became not respectable, and a lot of things happen surrounding the panel. And then I can say, like, being here, I know that there were points, you know, there were points, in my vlogging, right, Roche? I was like, listen, things need to be more in decency and order, because I knew the person that I wanted to represent in the dancehall massacre space type of thing. And me, I always tend to look and be like, yo, like, Massacre can be out here at any moment in time, just watching us, and we don't know, type of thing. So it's always about the brand, and just representing the brand well. You know what I mean? So type of
Hmm.
so fast forwarding to know, to have people understand that, listen, hey, it's not that, just not because you don't see the link drop doesn't mean that you guys cannot say, hey, Mel, drop the link, let's have a conversation about this. It's open up because something. And I mean, I was gonna add it on my thumbnail, but I was like, you know what, maybe not. I could implore to the people one of the things that I believe that will equip us as a people, and when I say as a people, as a one side personnel, right? A real and true leader knows that they need to equip their people that way when they go to war, when they go to battle, they know what to do and they know what to say. And it's not about fluffing up, it's not about telling lies, but it's about knowing the artist that you follow and know the difference between knowing, right, and belief, because knowing and belief are two different things. I can believe that Roche was in New York City, and I can believe with all my soul, all my might, but that may not be true, because unless I know for a fact that he was there, you hear the key words, Roche, no, that makes the situation also differently. So any leader knows that the people need to be equipped to be able to take on certain conversation, go to different platforms, and to be able to talk about their artists. And I would not even use the word debate, Roche, but talk about their artists and talk about their artists with your chest up. Doesn't matter what other people say or what other people do or try to deter you from your artist. One thing I learned, let's just say in the YouTube street a long time ago, because like I always say, Rashay, like I have good people out here in the YouTube streets who really have my back a certain type of way, right?
Yeah.
Show me certain things and how the street is run, things like that. Some good people that's really out there in my corner. And they always say to me, like, sometimes I'm like, yo, you're not understanding. And they're like, Mel, you just have to understand that, listen, right? Go there and defend your artist, and defend your artist for what not people know him to be, but what you know him to be, not based on no glazing or anything like that, but based on the facts, right? So it's really good to come out here again and want to have that conversation, especially with you, Roshi, because you are a full person, you know me very well, you know what I stand for, and you also know a lot about Masicka and a lot about dancehall. And it's just a glorious evening to really and truly have you on the panel here. And we're going to have that conversation. So the ones them can really understand what it is. Not all ones, but some of the ones them can understand, like, what does it mean to call in on a panel and have certain discussion and certain conversations, and what that conversation should be like, and how those conversations should be taking place. Because
Yeah.
sometimes we're losing the conversation, not because we're not smart, not because we may not know the artist, but we need to stand firm and stand our grounds no matter what, and defend that, and defend what Masicka stand for and how the conversation is supposed to go out. No emotions, none of that, but clear factual information, and asking questions and asking the right questions, especially when when your opposition try to corner you and make it seem like you are representing an artist who just isn't that, or isn't it, type of thing. So definitely one of those conversations that we want to have today. So without further ado, Roche, let's get into it. Let me just big up some people in the chat really quickly before we get into it, and then we can take it further here. Just to kind of want to put it out there, Siobhan and Damian and Tasha, let's just say, because I've seen you guys, run out from ever since. Congratulations to Vibes Cartel for the goal that he received in UK. It's really a big achievement, and there are times when we come out here and we, the bantering is there, but the fact of the matter is, when good things happen, we just want to talk about it. And I'm not that vlogger who is just about the negative only and about what's not going right. Congratulations to Vibes Cartel on that goal that he received in UK,
Because
right?
I still for dancehall music at the end of the day, a trophy for one man is not just a trophy for him, it's a trophy for the music. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Because the fun them they everywhere. When them say one man get a award for the type of for the work where them put in the genre is not just necessarily for him. It's the attention when bring to dancehall, and the earpiece and the ears where people, and the attention where, you know what I mean, like in globally and internationally, with the recognition with the music I get. So we have to congratulate him on the win there. In
Okay.
any win as that regard.
Yep, absolutely. So, yeah, with that said, we can keep it moving because we're not that tribal over here on this side where we cannot literally see something good happen and recognize it. Even if other people won't, right? We will, well, I always say, I don't know why I was talking in the third person, but Mellz will always be the one to recognize that. You know what I mean? So, again, congratulations to him. All right.
Yeah.
So, of course, let's big up to Brian Douglas in the chat. Brian Douglas, big up yourself and Brian Douglas. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining in on the live. Brian Douglas said, "Bless up, Mellz." Also have one side loyalty in the building as well. Big up to one side loyalty. Of course, for being here as well. Mellz active. General Oosh also in the building as well. Mellz, bless up. How are you? I'm doing good, General Oosh. To be honest, the days have just been very hot, and I'm just
Yo,
trying
brother,
to.
me say. Yo, me don't know what going out the door, dog. Out the door come like say, yo, fire out the dog. Like, what make
Yeah,
you feel for answer, brother?
yeah. It's very hot. So just trying to stay hydrated, Roche and General Oosh, just trying to stay hydrated because literally as I'm sitting here, I have a whole thing of coconut water here. So the more I'm here, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna make sure I sip my drink here. um yeah, so just trying to stay cool out here, guys. Just a small intermission here. So you guys know that I'm fully in support of Argentina. I'm an Argentina fan, bro, and we really kicked off the match early with one. I know we got Cape Verde scored. And in all honesty, guys, if I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not shocked that it's an equalizer right now. Well, let's see how much minute we have left. 60 minutes. I'm not shocked, right? There's gonna be an equalizer. But again, the game is not over. Let's see how it goes. I feel like we need to start bet on them game in a rush, in all honesty. I feel like we need to. Because sometimes I can just tell from certain predictions, if I'm being honest with you. And when I saw Argentina score earlier, I was like, I have the feeling that Cape Verde will score back, but depending on when they score, then that will tell us what we need to know. And from the time here, 60 minutes, bro, the game is not over yet. Let's see, a lot of things to happen. Let's see how it goes. But congratulations to Cape Verde. The race is not for the swift, but who can endure. So let's see how it goes. So 1-1, that's what the game is saying right now. Yeah. So that's what's going on right now. So Rashi, how do we want to kick it off?
What the topic of the day?
All right, so the topic of the day is basically Masicka irreplaceable in dancehall. Here's why. So we want to talk about some of the things that makes Masicka irreplaceable in dancehall without him even trying or try to put himself a part of any conversation and just literally
Just hold him one lane.
just hold him one lane and just do what Masicka does ever since he came on the scene. I would say close to 13 years ago. Can we say that? Close to 13 years ago. So most definitely we can probably start off with specifically speaking, because I came across this video on TikTok today. When it comes to Nico Fire just say what he wants, guys, and he really and truly doesn't care. People hold on to their truth, people hold on to their opinion, but in the end it's always the truth that matters. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look to see what Nico Fire he has to say here, and then we can talk about it a little bit more, Roshi. We can just we can just piggyback and we can move forward from using this specific conversation here. General Use Mellz, if Argentina lose today, I win $200. Let's see how that goes, General Ush. I would say just hold on tight to your pocket, because again, we know how Argentina do things over here. And again, like I said, I'm not shocked that Cape Verde scored back on us. The big problem would have lied for Argentina is when they score. Right, and now we can see 62 minutes in the game. We're still in good gear. Let's see how that goes, General Oosh. So
All right, run the video. Look at your dog.
All right, so we're gonna run the video. All right, hear what Nico Fire has to say here.
That's why I'm not gonna like Nico Fire, because Alkaline been a doing thing, but Movado straighten him career. And no found no one talk the truth. Remember say Movado straighten Alkaline career, same way when them they go and give Jamil strength, same way. But when you can't talk the truth and call the spade a spade. You remember when the two of them are link up the Gully Vendetta. We don't forget them something there. We don't forget say two of them they do song together. When they farewell. We don't forget say Movado they get Alkaline strength on him show in 2017, I think. If me not get me wrong in about 2017, about them time there. For new rules. And then the same year, Movado call out Alkaline at some fest and then perform their song together. On the perform, on the forget say when Movado come out and say yo, a MVP, I run dancehall. On the forget them something there. I remember say Movado is always the bigger star for Alkaline. Don't forget that part there. That bigger part there. Don't forget say Movado was always the bigger star for Alkaline up till no. So no go on like no want talk the truth. To talk the truth.
All right, let's stick a pin there, Rashid.
Well, on there. If I'm gonna say Movado, our bigger artist for Alkaline to this day, right?
Yeah.
Is it that he must say that based off of what him feel, or if that is what most of the data people them feel like them agree with? You get what I try to show you? Cause peep game. If them are if Vendetta people them are gonna say yo, Alkaline today bigger than Vada, right? Them would have bias because you can't draw a conclusion say Vada bigger than Cartel, no time. You get what I try to show you? So you could have never want to say yo, them would have compare Alka with Cartel, no dear. This is just for this example, you know. Because you understand me, I show you, one would have cancel out the other, if you understand me, I try to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like you're saying that if based on the influence and based on the popularity and based on the musical catalog, right, we can say that if we're being fair, we can say Vybz Kartel has that edge. And if which they are the two counterparts in their era.
Because he have it over Vada, so if he have it over Vada, if obviously Cartel have it over Vada, right? So if that the man they go say yo, if somebody would have jump up and make a conclusion and say yo, Alkaline forward and rub out Vada. He couldn't rub out Vada because then you'd have to put him up figure say yo, I could compare him with Cartel then. Is what I try to show you couldn't do that. But first thing we kind of raise a kind of raise my eyebrow a little bit when him say yo, Vada straighten Alkaline career. I mean, I think a Vada straighten Alkaline career. What me think go on is like yo, Vada say Alkaline say yo, a two juggernaut them you know. You have the Gaza fans them and you have the Gully fans them, right? Him look on it and say, yo, I want the bus. I want run. You see me like, I want a strength. I want like, him want make some noise in a dance hall, you know. So what him would have do, I got bridge a current. So him would have go over the Gully side them because he couldn't go over the Gaza side them and say, yo, me I go tap in with the Gaza people them or bridge a current over the side. It would have only work with Vada. Because at that time, the one time Alkaline did a foul in a dance hall, the Gully fans them did vulnerable. Movado didn't really make no noise like that. If you go back in your memory, if you go back the memory then and remember good, Vada had a point in his career when they did a complete hiatus. Like nothing ain't really going over there. And Alkaline see that now and say, yo, alright, man, let me go over there so I bridge your current here. So me feel like that one. So I think of Vada say, yo, Alka follow me give her strength. No feel like I just Alkaline go over there go say, yo, I'm gonna create that bridge and burn it. Cause look, to this day, Vada and Alkaline a deal. It two dog them they at war right now. Slow baby night. If I really listen to Alkaline music, I listen to Cartel music, Vada music and Alkaline music, it two of them talk to each other. I violate each other.
Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. So just to kind of like share my thoughts and views based on what you mentioned a while ago. So sometimes things are being said maybe intentionally or unintentionally based on the fact that all right then because obviously in this specific situation, because we know that all right then Movado is the bigger artist, to make it seem like Alkaline is not valid. So it's not about the mere fact that Alkaline is not valid. So we can, to what you were saying, that it sound like, oh, Movado just give Alkaline the strength. So what we can definitely put it into perspective as, all right, then, like you were saying earlier, there were points and gaps in over the Panagoli where things never did so hot and wonderful and whatnot. And then
Mm-hmm.
what I remember vividly, Roche, like back in the day, because alkaline, like, and we have to put it out there, alkaline, hot road, bro. Hot out there, taking on, every and anybody who stepped to him in the name of, Vibes Cartel. We know it. Remember how the story actually goes, right? And remember, even so, right, there was still this ongoing assailants between, Gully and Gaza. And again, like I said, at some point in time, certain intervals would have been slowed down regarding to where Gully is concerned. So really and truly, both men, in my opinion, would I say, all right, both men give each other strength
Yeah.
because right with the heat that Alkaline had in dancehall back in the day in those time periods, stepping over there to the Gully, and then all of a sudden we have MVP join up, and we know art. Then the Patriarchs were there, Movado and Alkaline was there. It was this force in dancehall to to reckon with.
For a brief moment, wifey brief.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, like yeah, because when Alkaline fall over there, it was a win-win for both of them. You see me, like Vada get for push back some strength in them career because a youth of forward over here will have current a road now. Remember that current a kick. We're gonna go back to that.
Mm-hmm.
We have strength a road now. He must say, yo, the boy the youth of forward on me. You see me? He must show say like it's like he must show say you rate me or whatever the case is. Boom. Make we start do things, make we start come up with this whole MVP thing. So that kind of push a little strength in our Vada career too.
Mm-hmm.
Alkaline no say yo, because if you really I would say this to me one time when it comes to branding or when it comes to branding not just work by itself. Somebody two people two it gotta work for two it gotta work in a two people favor. Right? It's like you have a car dealership and then you have a body shop.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The car dealership knows say, yo, I want my car them for fix. So I go send them to the body shop. The body shop knows say I want some car for work on. So I go partner with a with a car dealership. You
Yeah.
get what I'm trying to show you? So that go on with Alkaline and Vada career. With the two of them on the career. But Vada ain't really a pre like how Alkaline did a pre it. That's why I reach him. That's
Mm-hmm.
why he would have go about it more strategic.
Yeah. Because obviously we know that when it comes to we have to give Caesar what's due.
Yeah.
Very strategic, and even with the strategy that was used when he came on the scene, right? On the scene, and people were just expecting him to bend down and kiss the cartel ring and say, "Oh, cartel are the thing out here," and him literally go completely against that,
Complete against the grain, yeah.
completely against the grain. And the person who we know he's the one to go against the grain based on how he is as an individual, right, in terms of the marketing strategy, right, and the controversy, right.
Yeah.
And we can talk about for a second, even with the fan bases, Roche, why you think that Alkaline would have moved over to Gully versus Gaza.
Cause him
And
sister, cause I tell you why. I gotta tell you what I think why, right? Cause the dog sister, yo, the Gaza Nation people, them not play. Like them, him know say them not play, right? I may have a feeling say, like, yo, be honest. Pre-O cartel do him thing. Pre-O cartel pattern him whole aura in a dancehall. Just take a second and just pre it. All of your biases where you have all of Vendetta people in the pre-O cartel maneuver through dancehall. And then you look on Alkaline and a pre-O Alkaline maneuver through dancehall. There's no way you can tell me say this brother never read cartel before him bus. Watch this. Alkaline used to go to Arden. See?
Mhm.
A whole heap of people me know used to go to Arden. We got school with Alkaline. Enough. When me there at Queens, me know a whole heap, about two girl me used to link at Queens. We used to go to Arden. And then we used to always talk about when this brother at go to school. Him was never no hot at school. He was never no street youth. A regular youth to go to school. Then the man didn't really take bus go to school. That people can't go to school, go drop him off. One and two times you see him a bus park. You see me? Then the man on the outside like that. Him love music. But one thing what I used to always say is that the dog love literature, especially the old medieval days. Them like what that Machiavelli them
Mhm.
what that What are the brother name? Machiavelli. Them old you know, like them old kingdom days that when man really just go at it with other people kingdom just to tear down each other. Very
40,
strategic.
40,
48 hours of law,
so,
all of them stuff that them thing that the man used to read. So him nah go approach dancer like some regular youth. I expect say to work in favor. Just pre all the dog go about him thing. Him go about him thing very him thorough with him strategies. Very thorough. So him now go on go figure bridge no current from um the cartel side, from the Gaza side. Because other people do it. It work for some people. Was the skilly been do it and it work for skilly. But him now go on do it because he know what him try do. Remember the first law in a 48 laws of power is never outshine the master. Don't outshine the master. When wait until the master do something to fuck up himself and him start sink, you help sink him. And the same thing him do to Vada.
yeah,
Him,
stick
him,
up
would-
up in for a second there, Roshika. We can't miss the opportunity. And in case some of the people who we're seeing joining in and wonder what the hell are they talking about, what's this conversation about? So as you guys can tell from the topic of conversation here, Masicka Irreplaceable in Dancehall, here, and we're talking about Vendetta and Gully on underlying issues. So we're talking about some underlying issues here. We literally just watched a video with Nico Fire talking about Mavado helped Alkaline career in dancehall, raw truth. But we're just stating some other raw truth as well to kind of like put more meat to the bone, right? And kind of like maybe push back on little things that Nico is saying here regarding the mere fact like it seemed like it was just a one-off situation, making it point blank to know that it was more so of a partnership. And one might have been a little bit more strategic than the other as it relates to how this partnership, how it actually runs, right? So I want to kind of like inject Masicka in the conversation here for a little bit as well, because we talk about Machiavelli and we talk about the 48 laws of power and we talk about we talk about the master, never outshine the master type of thing. And one of the things that we can literally inject Masicka into the conversation, and you're probably like, Mel, what do you mean by injecting Masicka in the conversation? Because we've seen where, of course, Cartel the other day, he used that specific analogy there, or that law to, in his mind, try to kick Masicka when he's down. And if you guys would have been on a couple of my lives earlier, I made mention of it, where in the sense where you think a man is down, so you kicked him. So of course you would have seen a lot of things that was happening out there in social media for the last couple of weeks. We saw the Grenada show and we also saw the Saint Kitts show. So it was, in Vybz Kartel mind, a perfect opportunity for him to allegedly try to kick Masicka when Masicka was done, because he think that doing that would have just gotten rid of Masicka in his mind for some reason, right? So again, we're gonna get into some more of the details, and we're gonna tie it back to how, of course, as we can see, how Masicka is irreplaceable in dancehall. As we continue on the the Vendetta and the Gully underlying issues. Go ahead, Roche.
yeah. So I say it's not like Alkaline just follow to the partnership with him and Mavado more strategic than Mavado. In coming with both eyes open. In coming prepared doing whatever him did that for do. Mavado doesn't really appreciate that. Mavado does appreciate like, yo, I go get back a strength in the dancer. You know what I mean? Because look, if you think about it, right? Look at most of the Vendetta fans. Most of them are Gully people in it. Most of them are Gully people in it, bro. A high percentage. Not saying that Alkaline never have him buzz before him there when they're him reach out over MVP, but
we can't say that of the growth that we have seen from. Definitely. So we love to hear, even with the Vendetta bloggers, they would say things in regards to, at one point in time, Gully, or not Gully, I'm sorry, but Gaza used to be out here and they used to, be the biggest fan base out here that used to push on us. But now we are in a position, according to them, where they're able to push back on them and do so relentlessly, right?
With controversy too.
And with controversy as well. So we can see too where even with the Gully and the Vendetta fans, they have a lot of things in common too. And before people are gonna say, that's not true in terms to guys, a lot of Gully fans reside in Vendetta, right? in Vendetta, right? We're talking about these, these underlying issues of what it is. And it's not that there's nothing wrong with that, you're right. It's not that we're saying anything wrong with that, or we're using it as no excuse or no whatever. We're just talking about the mere fact that in terms of some history lesson as regards to how, as to where we're seeing different things happening in social media, where alkaline, people and gully people, they are literally throwing, shades at one another and kind of like understand like some of the fundamentals of how these things, come into place. And especially no Russia, as we can see, to where, all right, then Movado is now linking with Vibes Cartel. That even, in my opinion, make matters worse as relates to whatever remnant
The Gully fans then, the Gully fans like say, yo, we fight so hard to defend the Gully. When I did the Gully and Gaza saga, but no, the G Gaza link back with the link with the enemy. So then I don't even stand firm now with the data side. So he just make himself more and more in our hold.
Yeah, and why this is so factual, people, we have to understand that when it comes to the Gaza and Gully, the Gaza and Gully hate for each other, don't forget how deep that spun. Don't make this new edition so-called Gaza people fluff up and cover and sugarcoat like, oh, we are this one big happy family. Guys, that's not how it goes, right? The same way like how the hate with Vendetta have for Gaza, bro. And I hear a lot of Vendetta supporters say this, that listen, Mellz, I'm gonna be honest with you, the moment Alkaline come out here and say, listen, bro, am I link with Vibes Cartel? That's the moment when I decide I'm no longer a Vendetta fan. And I'm not saying that everybody feels that type of way, but we can understand that what got down between Gaza and Gully, it would be the same exact thing that goes down between Vendetta and Gaza. The hate, right? I want to say the hate, not necessarily me like the deep hate type of thing, because we know that the hate is there. Maybe not so much maybe on the Vendetta side, right? But we know when it comes to Gaza, oh my God, when they hate people, they really and truly hate people. It's not about
Gaza people hate people for true.
Right. It's not about the bantering anymore. It's about really, once you go against Vibes Cartel, bro, there's just this natural hate and how to inject Masicka back into the conversation as well. We have seen it when it comes to Masicka. Remember, Roche, and we can talk, and what made this factual for you and for I, because we grew up in the alkaline phase of dancehall. We grew up in the Gaza Gully phase of dancehall, where we were literally sitting there on the sidelines and watching these two camps going at it, right? Tribalism in dancehall starts with Gully and Gaza, right? And then it extended to Vendetta and now to where one side is right now. So it just facts over the feelings, and sometimes the feelings might have us in our feelings, or the facts rather might have us in our feelings, because we tend to don't remember the history, or we tend to want to bury the history, but that's not how it goes, right? So it's just to have those conversations so we can understand where are these things coming from, right? Why would somebody like need to come out and say, listen, this man give that the man their strength, that the man give that the man that what is happening, and for us to come out and talk the truth and to what's really happening as far as the underlying issue as relates to Vendetta and when it comes to Gully, right? Injecting Masicka into the conversation for a second here.
But think of attention. I think always be attention. What really sparked that type, if you pay attention to what they really get for them attention from, it was controversy. It have a while, it runs for a while, so you have to always find something controversial to give the people, other than just the music, right? Like, for example, it's just like repetition. Repetition is something where you have to defend with your life. If you're defending with your life, you run on tight, you don't have no more juice to it. I see something controversy, and because controversy, obviously, it's going to be attention, right? If you don't have no more controversy to bring to the people and give them more things to talk about you, other than just the music, where your attention go? And we see that happening with Alkaline right now. Yeah, sure, you can put on a show and people turn out for him, but when they drop music, yo, how much airplay we really hear this brother music? How much party you go hear new song there? Look how much new song him drop before his album. Him drop one heap of new song before his album, but what is song them there? Because the more controversy in the day that him use when the people in the first place.
But
But
even
look
under
at Masicka now. Watch that style. Look at Masicka now. Which controversy a year Masicka drop use for bring attention to him? None. Him talk about him son. Him talk about him house and him car them. Talk about him grandmother. Talk about hard work. And a controversy that you talk about truth, you talk about real life, you talk about pureness. So
mm-hmm,
that are the reason why a Masicka gonna have real, genuine. A man not to try to take nobody fans, brother. A man fans them there for real.
mm-hmm,
Is it me?
yep.
That's the thing. That's the thing with Masicka.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not going to say that because even to inject him in the conversation a little bit, also based on what we have talked about with the with the Gully Gaza and also with the Vendetta. Remember, we can't even bring it back to the time when Vibes Cartel went to prison, and we have to be
Yeah.
open and transparent with this one. People had it to say that, listen, hey, that Massacre, not Massacre, but Vibes Cartel wasn't gonna come out of prison based on how things looked and whatnot. We were also there, Rashay, remember, for
Yeah.
the whole case and everything that happened. Like, people would be so shocked and surprised to know that, like, literally we was there in between everything, watching everything that take place, like some time travel type of thing. So even with the Gaza fan, right? Remember, Cartel would have how would I use that word? Cartel would have programmed, right, his fans a certain type of way to only depend on him, right?
Yeah.
Depending on him, type of thing. And the moment he went to prison or whatnot, after a while, certain things start to get watered down, fan base start to get split up, people start to look over different places and try to find, solace in where that they would go and which artists to follow. Because again, remember, in their minds, all right, then Vibes Cartel is in prison. The way how it look all of these years when get this man now come out for the dancehall anymore. So we can even talk about it for the mere fact that some of those fans that Masicka received as well, unintentionally,
Yeah.
because yes,
Yeah.
we understand that.
Because yeah, that's not true. That's not true.
We have to understand that, yes, there's a difference between giving homage to somebody by saying, Yo, Roche, I give homage to you because I appreciate this that you have done in dancer.
Yeah.
And I feel sometimes because an artist give a homage to other artists, things tend to happen where there's other people that get attached to the brand. And I want to talk about it because, yes, we understand that when it comes to Masicka get along well with his co-workers. And we just have to, we have to, make mention of that. And just because Masicka said, at one point in time, he did say Gaza genocide. And Gaza genocide.
Yes.
Right, and for whatever reason that was, it worked for that while. We had some amount of Gaza fans, coming out of that as well, right? And then remember, just to go back to when Vibes Cartel was in prison, a lot of these Gaza fans, right, deemed Masicka to be king. Russia, we were here for it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What happened when GOK dropped? GOK dropped. Generation of Kings, bro. The whole king conversation, nobody had an issue with it. We were there for it. And
Yeah.
we hear the name of the album, we say, Bumbo Clot, Generation of Kings, like, yo, and people on the street, we hear it. People on the streets was deeming Masicka to be king of dancehall. Deeming him to be king. Alkaline was not injected into the conversation any at all, right? Popcorn was still there somewhat, but the conversation was Masicka at the top of those conversations, was there. So we're not here to see, all right, then we know that Masicka fan base definitely was built from the ground up. Whether people are going to agree to disagree, yes, we will have it that, listen, we had Gully and Gaza fans, some amount of those people might be a part of the fan base or whatnot, but it's more organically grown even up until now. And then we can see, all right, then the whole Tamale and the whole Masicka thing happened. And then according to Gaza pulled their strength. Because they will tell you that. Oh, according to them, we pull a strength, so therefore you're gonna drop, you're gonna fall out, this and that, XYZ and the third. According to them, that was happening to Masicka. And what happened?
What happened to Masicka?
What happened to Masicka?
What did I say happened to Masicka?
they were saying, oh, Gaza pulled their strength, and because Gaza pulled their strength, seeing them got disrespect Vibes Cartel, Cartel pull him strength, Gaza pull him strength, say got drop on the views and the popularity, got lost in a dance. That was what was said surrounding the whole clash with Tommy Lee.
Mm-hmm.
But what did we see happen coming out of that clash with Tommy Lee?
With Tommy Lee there now.
Where is Tommy Lee right now? Where is Tommy Lee?
With Tommy Lee there now. Tommy Lee have album on drop.
So all they have out of this whole conversation between Tommy Lee and Masicka, but Tommy Lee have more views. Tommy Lee have more views. But
Brother, since views win war, like views win war with what? Let me ask you a question. Look on this speed game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hear the one they talk about, oh, yo, Tommy Lee win the war because he have more views. He have more views. Watch this. Just an example. You think if Cartel and say Drake, I don't think Cartel would have won the war with Drake, but let's just say in this scenario, just for speak justice. Cartel and Drake going on a lyrical battle right now. For clash them one another. Who do you think will get more streams or views?
I wouldn't say right now, because if we're gonna say right now, we have to
Air 9 peak and I'm prime.
9 prime.
9 prime. Like if him figure a war, got a lyrical battle with Drake and I'm prime, when Cartel and I'm prime, or whatever Drake and I'm prime, right? Who do you think will get more views or streams?
Yeah, definitely Drake.
Definitely Drake. But lyrically, who do you think will go with the war?
And lyrically, is gonna in Vibes Cartel in his prime would
so
win.
What? How them gonna use that the statement if you said Tommy Lee win the war with Masicka? That don't make no sense, brother. You listen to Revolution. You listen to the song with Dog Company, Revolution. Like what the fuck? Man? Like which part Tommy Lee I going to craft some for my lyrics to go with Revolution? Like brother. Me not hear no Tommy Lee song like chat lyrics and delivery like none of Masicka song them in a work. I can't hear what Tommy Lee say. I can't hear. All me hear some boozle, some wobia nice and chanted. I can't hear none of the lyrics then. Not me not hear.
And then when we talk like this, we want people to understand that. Listen, we're talking about put your phone down for a second.
Yeah,
right?
Put your phone down. Come in the streets and pre what the streets are say.
Put your phone
down. Come off the internet.
Come off of the internet and let's get it back to the raw talent. Those were gone were the days where all we had
the real core of dancehall was always street. Dancehall was never an internet thing. It was always for the streets. Right? Always for the streets. That's what dancehall built on. People in the streets. So when we come from with this whole internet thing, say, yo, check your man views and check your man's. Yo, you don't think people buy views and buy streams?
Absolutely.
So if I that the base war offer, who for say Tommy Lee buy some views for proper fit more views than that for Masicka?
Yeah,
Masicka thing did organic from day one, and I'm not using a controversy. I'm not sing about them in a girl shoot, and a girl lick out my body, and a girl give me body wash, and a girl like the man thing did always authentic from day one. The man come with pureness, pure. Yo, the man have him grandmother on him album I pray, bro. You think him gonna come out of respect when man have him grandmother? You think him gonna put some slackness on the same album when having grandmother upon? So him gonna come with real genuine substance with the music. So yeah, I'm Masicka winning war, bro.
Yeah, well, without a shadow of a doubt. But then, what do we say to the naysayers, right? As of course the one-siders are here and they're listening in, and because they're listening in, and you'll have other fan bases will come to them and say, yeah, but that's not what the views is saying. We want to be able to come to the forefront and talk about the views and say the views don't necessarily win the war, right? Because we in dancehall there is substantial things that remain, that is untouchable, that is unchangeable, and those are what it is. We're talking about the raw lyrics and talent of an artist.
Yeah. Hear somebody say, Adi are the greatest ever do it in a dancehall. More you explain to me with logic and reasoning. How? Explain to me how that is the case, rather than you make a blanket statement and left it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's not like Cartel bring dancehall music where it never go before.
Yeah.
He never bring dancehall music where it never go before. No. We never do that. We never bring everywhere which Cartel go with dancehall music. Dancehall music is dead already.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what we can say to even prop that sentence up a little bit more in a factual way, we can say that men who from time to time that he's been compared to, which should be compared to, because technically these are men of somewhat his era, would be the Sean Paul and would be of course the Shaggy.
Yeah.
Those men, absolutely. So that's where you win in the conversation, people of all right, then we have Vibes Cartel bring dancehall music where Shaggy and Sean Paul has never took it to be, where Shabba Ranks as
never. Even if you talk about Shabba Ranks, Shabba Ranks if you talk about.
yes,
Shabba
and we can inject Beanie and Bounty Killer into the conversation as well.
Yes.
We can. Because people will have you out here tend to forget, bro, the accolades and the movement of dancehall. When and we stand firm on those names that we have called, and of course there's more artists out there that we can inject into the conversation, but we're gonna talk about these few men, for a second. In those time period, people were coming to dancehall, other genres were coming to dancehall to be able to get and to be a part of the whole vibe, dancehall and reggae.
Yeah.
In Vibes Cartel era, it's like a whole changing of perspective. We are, dancehall are run for meet these people to where they're at. Where back in the day, it was more those people coming to us to figure out, interesting, what's happening in that culture, what's happening over there, type of thing.
Yeah.
So we can definitely bring that, that conversation, to the forefront, on the whole, on the whole aspect of, dancehall cannot just be moved because of just one man or just two. It's a collective thing, and sometimes people tend to forget, and we have to remind them, type of thing.
You think Cartel would have the strength in a dancehall when they have when have at the time from them time that would have moved?
I mean, absolutely not, because this clash definitely took both men career.
Catapult both of them career.
Yeah, of course. Took both of them career to a height that we just cannot deny. It gotten so bad and so influential on the youths, where literally the government had to intervene. We remember that vividly.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why, and that's definitely the reason why, as it relates to where we have definitely some people out here pretending like, oh, these things never happen. These are things that we definitely have to push back on.
Yeah.
So both men definitely learn from this, and that's the reason why we can ask just a penny for a thought for these Gully fans and how they are feeling, because this war was a real war, and he would love to figure out and find out how they feel regarding the mere fact now that, listen, hey, like, oh, Gully and Gaza linking. And now a lot of these vloggers, these Gaza vloggers, you see them on their thumbnail and on their caption, Gaza Gully. It's a thing now. So for people who really took this war so seriously and so die-heartedly, Gaza fans and Vendetta fan, not Vendetta, I'm sorry, but Gully fans, what say them no? So definitely something to to think about and a conversation to definitely have. Polly, what's going on? Big up yourself. Miss Jacob, big up yourself. Thank you for joining in. Big up to one and all. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's our 2 cents on and it's just that we kind of like going into it a little bit more based on what Nico was saying here. Hold on, let me finish play the video here, Roche.
Alkaline did boss and do him thing, yeah, and I go on. But Movado threaten Alkaline career. Long story short, just done it this so. Nobody can go and can wipe out history. It thing done do already. I be think that they already not go look back on memory too short. Alkaline, Movado, Gully Vendetta. Don't forget. That's all now.
Okay, so and we already straightened this out already, Roche, on the topic where Nico make it seem to be one-sided, but we know that it's two-folded, definitely a partnership here, between both men. One probably, ran in with a little bit more strategy, and we know who that person would have really been, which would have been, of course, Alkaline, of course, was able to, to hold on to some of those Gully fans, and still do hold on to some of those fans there. So just want to kind of like push back on the topic of conversation as it relates to Nico there regarding to the whole, the whole Gully and Gaza situation. All right, let's just All right, hold on. Let's see. All right, so I have this video also that I want to react to regarding to J Progress. So J Progress, he came up with a video today, and the topic of discussion was Masicka and Alkaline, a lead Vibes cartel by a mile. So I think it is just perfect to transition into this conversation regarding to J Progress. So I'm gonna listen to the conversation, and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit.
Masicka and Alkaline make Vibes Cartel nervous in a dancehall. No for only no see it, because we always late. But watch this. Vibes Cartel know say that impact the way me used to have in a dancehall, it no did it again. If we no be honest with ourselves, Vibes Cartel a trend with music. Vibes Cartel a trend because him a run dancehall. Vibes Cartel now run dancehall. From Vibes Cartel forward from prison. And the first 6 months out of prison. Dancehall look past Vibes Cartel prison hype. Even
how we feel about that. Like, I don't see where there's no lie that was told here. Type of thing. Like, people are saying that yes, he is running dancehall, he's leading dancehall, but then I would ask the Gaza fans, like, explain to me, how is he running dancehall in 2026? What are the criterias? What makes him? That's what they would have to answer me and let me know. What are your thoughts on that, Roche?
Or him a run dancehall? Him not run dancehall no. I think everybody just excited for the fact that them all up in a aloof about the fact that him come home from prison. That's it, nothing else. Because we still not get no music yet, or we can say Bomba Clot, Carter. Like we still not get that yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't really get that. We see him in touch over some shows overseas, but him did have him and don't have him 401k right now, him retirement plan. Like literally that's what him I perform with. Like when you work at one job for years and them take out money out of your check for put fake and live pan for you say, you know what I mean? And that cartel I live pan right now. What do them? I don't know. What do them? But like them song there, them classic cartel song there. That's it. Cause we are talking about now. We are talking about right now. No, we are talking about right now. We are talking about cartel and the man right now, brother.
And then what to make it fair, right? Like because you mentioned something very important earlier. You said that the mere fact that he's living off of his his old catalog. That's how I tend to call it. He's tend to living off of his old catalog. And while the fans will be like, so wrong with that, you cannot say that you are leading in dancehall now, my friend, and you literally have no growth within your music. All that you are relying on as popping up to be a so-called front runner in dancehall is your old catalog.
Your old catalog.
Your old catalog.
Because you retire for your job. You retire for your job. Say a man work 25 years or 50 years in work, right? You retire. You sit down and collect $6,000 in your checking account every month. You not make no money, brother. You not make no money, yo. You not make no money. You're broke. We not talk about cartel. We just use an analogy. If you know what analogy mean. Well, some of the Gaza fans then because that I want another time. If you work 50 years of your life, the government, Uncle Sam, take out X amount of money out of your paycheck, put in your retirement, in your pension, and put in your 401k. and your social security. So when you retire from your job, every month they're gonna give you 6 grand, 6 grand a month for you live, pay your mortgage or your rent, pay your car note, pay your insurance, live, buy grocery, whatever, take care of medical, whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's what cartel do right now. Sure, him a collecting money for him show them in book because of the catalog, right? Him have a wide catalog. We know that him have songs. Can't deny that. But him under the man right now. Cause the last tough song, the last wicked, the last real good song where cartel drop, I want him in a prison, brother. None of them songs when him drop a road now really make no sense. Them sound different. Them literally sound like him have a mouthful of water pan a talk of one a DJ with. Like him a eat while him a DJ. Like him have coal in a throat. Why?
And, and it's
It
not
don't
even,
sound the same. It don't sound the same. That's
and
the song of cartel.
it's not even about the sound alone. Like oftentimes you'll hear like the ones them say like, yo, in brain book, right? Same brain book. Like so literally, bro, like the lyrics that he used to have, it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
It's not there. And
Sharpness and the cleverness not there anymore.
the sharpness, the cleverness, the
The
wittiness,
wittiness.
it's not there anymore. And that's just what it is. And yes, they might use the 13 years as a shield to cover up certain things, or the mere fact that he's sick, and because he have grave disease. And I
So
don't
who
know.
cares? It's all about you ever hear the saying like that's why what I encourage people to go read. Like the more you read, the more you know. You ever hear them say when the best ways for hide something from a black man is hide it in a book? The more them read, them I go get it. Yo, no fear in a game of war. When you got war, there's nothing like anything goes when a business. Me can't slap where you youth right now. Cause a war we a war. So now tell me about 13 years, brother. You claim kingship now. Me no business about your 13 years.
Yep.
That not do nothing for me. We have 13 years do for me. Me talk about 13 years that we have not the music like that. Like, yo, the man them right now are the music. I feel them time now.
Yep. Yeah, I agree 100% there that when it comes to war, there's no fairness in war. War is just war. And
Yeah.
as you can see that when it comes to Masicka and them, there's no fairness with them when it comes to Masicka. Like, bro, like, I'm telling you, even with the Grenada and the Saint Kid show, type of thing, like, the things
Watch
that he's seeing.
Cartel
And
they are here. Cartel they are jail for 13 years, right?
Mhm.
All right. We understand saying can't perform perform as him used to do, perform the best, the song them sound different, blah blah blah. They will give him all type of excuse. All type of excuse. But this, but that, but this, but that. Yo, Masicka never got jail. Masicka they are road now. I guarantee you right now, say if Masicka if you have one slip up. Yo, see, him slip up right there, sir. Okay, but we are giving him an excuse. That no matter, that no matter. It only matter for cartel because him got prison for 13 years. So you want to get me I try to show you like you don't want to only put an excuse in a theme favor because of cartel that. But because of anybody else you don't want to do it.
Mhm.
That's not fair, brother. If we're not talk about fairness, if a fairness you don't want to talk about. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we have to be fair because him there 30 jail for 13. You have to play it all across the board because you know, don't do it for nobody else. And not even do it for my father. My father son there prison how long and him a fight case at Jamaica and never do it for him. You see me I say? And never do it for father. Everybody else on hold them to the same account, but because of cartel and never want to do it.
Yeah,
Move up, man.
just at the same kid show, like just at the
Yeah.
same kid show. Remember, and I still stand firm on this, bro. Like this crowd was a tough crowd because we seen it across the major platform, across the different performances, right? We see Movado. Yes, obviously, when it comes to clippings, people are gonna show the good clippings and whatnot when it comes to people performing to prop up them artists or whatever the case may be to say, you see, type of thing. Because reality, who shows the bad stuff anyways, right? Laws of human nature. However, right, there were instances where when Movado was performing, other artists were performance, and the crowd was just there standing still. And nobody talked about that. But because, of course, Gaza, they were out here to get something out of the whole St. Kitts, right? Especially what happened in a Grenada, with Mastic, of course, that wasn't his best performance, whatever. St. Kitts was them coming to double down to say, listen, XYZ and third. And then the mere fact that Masicka, he came with the energy and whatnot. Like I said, Roche, I would have loved to see the Masicka transition that energy a little bit more to to the crowd and be a little bit more crafty. The same way how Movada was being crafty. What you mean, Mel? Literally went out and touched the crowd directly. And the same way how Idonia went out, on that little edge and was just there with the crowd. I would have loved to see that, because every crowd is different. And while some you come out and as you sing, they will sing along with you and they would whatnot. Some they will just stand and they will just look. And if you're not beckoning to them and you're not, reaching and pulling and make that connection, sometimes that may not happen. Crowd are just crowd. And remember, some of the greatest to ever do it, people walk out on them out of event, buckle throw on them and what they have not experienced.
Yeah.
But just because of Masicka, again, these people not playing fair, because it's a war anyways. I wouldn't expect with enemies to play fair. And that's what it is.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
literally, that's what it is.
It's just a war. I wouldn't expect them to play fair. So we see Vendetta over there, them had the most to say, and oh, look how him run out on the stage, and them a lot, they're oppositions. We expect them to say those type of things. Gaza, we expect them to say, cannot get upset and be in our feelings. But when we have the facts, bro, to push back on them, that's exactly what we have to do. When it comes to showing up and showing out for our artists. So I believe that these conversations need to be had. Don't get scared, people. Don't get pulled in on a shell, bro. Come out and represent on the artist to the fullest. And that's exactly what we have to do. Pause for a second, Roche. Big up to Fully Out in the building. Big up yourself, Fully Out. Thank you for that 50 on the super chat. Big up yourself, Fully Out. Thank you for your support on the live today. It is greatly appreciated.
Pull up our 20 Masicka spark. Wednesday, empty barrel. He kill a rock chain like Django. Village see them. Ain't true, me say fuck them system. See them style. Run now. Act like your body. Run him down. Oh. Hey, just act like your body. Right. Run. Hey boy, a 50-69 clip. Run.
All right, 56 another clip. Thank you so much, Fully Out, for that 50 on the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. Right, so back to the conversation, as we're saying that these people are our enemy. We don't expect the enemy to play fair. And I had to, like I'm telling you, I have some really good people in my corner. I can tell. Of course, Russia, you're one of those people as well. Literally, because when it comes to our artists, we tend to kind of like sometimes we don't, people say things and you're like, oh my god, like here we go again, but you just have to run out and you have to just come defend the thing, and that's just what it is. And when we say defend the thing, we don't mean come out and glaze and lie and think they come out and say if it wasn't the greatest performance there is, there's gonna be room for more, for more improvement. Every artist have a off day, a off night, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, you don't know what them go through at the end of the day. You think your dog don't know same you think your dog don't know same have a bad performance? The man know about accountability and he talk about it all the time. It's
All
not
the
a
time.
matter of I guarantee you say man no say yo that wasn't my best performance. I have to go make up next time. That's how that works. That's how I get good at something.
Yeah, and he did make up Roshi. I'm telling you, when I saw the Grenada show, I said no, that's not the Masicka that I know.
Yeah.
I mean like that's not the Masicka.
When
I see the Grenada show, I say hold on, there's something right here, so.
Let me ask you a question. When you got the gym, I had the leg day, you had the hamstring day. Your previous 3 hamstring day them good. You execute immaculately. This week you're not really in the mood. You just dog, me really fuck up still like my mind, my stress out, like whatever. You hold yourself account and say, get back to it next time.
Yeah.
Make up for it next time. That's how you have to go. You have to look on it.
Yeah.
That's how kings work. That's what kings can look on every king. That's how you have to know you have a great king. Me mess up. You have a good leader. In this case, I gotta say leader, king, whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Me fuck up, I forgot make better next time. Human, bro. Man, a human, man, not a robot.
It's not about perfection.
Yeah.
And the difference and the downside of it would have been Roche is the mere fact. All right, then he did not bring the energy to Grenada, And then him come to St. Kitts and did not bring the energy as well. The man come to St. Kitts, he brought the energy. My only thing from St. Kitts, like I said, bro, like would have just slow it down a little bit, and that energy that you brought, right, get that relationship and transfer it to the crowd type of thing. Because we know that Masicka said all the time, like and I say, I always say, like, Masicka does not need fluffing up out here. As an artist, he does not need to be fluffed up. And we say it all the time. There's no glazing that needs to happen, because him tell you one thing when it comes to accountability, he takes accountability. Yeah. Absolutely, he does. Man tell about when he was working with what the producer where he was working with back in the day, and the man no man, what name fucking hell, was it Dan Carleon? I think it was Dan Carleon, bro. And when he did the song and Dan Carleon say, I'm gonna like this, bro, send it back and come back again. The man say, yo, him do it, and the man say, yo, you know, not quite. And when the man send it the third time, man, I said, blood clot, the man I say, yo, like, I hate this man. You understand? So we have to understand that with every artist comes growth. Yeah. And everybody have if you're an artist in your mind never have a half night, a half day, kudos to your artist, kudos to your, but we are put on peripheral vision right now. We are talking about our artists, right? Our artist is growth. At the end of the day, them say Masicka perform one particular type of way. So what? Every man have a thing will make them be who they are, type of thing. You understand? We don't expect the Masicka to perform the way Alkaline perform or the way Popcorn. Everybody perform different ways. Yeah. But we would ask the question, Roche, what makes a great performance a performance? What makes a great performer a performer? What are those things? Because here we have this man being judged to say, all right, then the show them flop. But I've yet to see people come out and say, all right, then Masicka flop because of this, that. Every great performance need to have this, that. And me here, I'm flopping flop. So,
flop. But what make him flop? What
you classify as being flop? Because if me and anybody having that conversation right now, you would have to tell me, all right, then Mel, you have to tell me, all right, Mellz, this is what I classify, right? Still an opinion, you know. This is what I would classify as to what made Masicka flop. You'd have to explain that to me. Mm-hmm. And then now, depending on what you are telling me have to pick sense out of nonsense and say, all right then. All right. This is not quite because XYZ, and the third, or you have a point there. And all we can do from here on out is just take everything with a grain of salt and just move on. Because every king has a bad day. Are bad days, if they want to say bad days, because it's what's happening now, Roche. How we cannot use the one stone to kill the same bird, right? Because here, Masicka never. When we see Grenada performance, we see we said the energy had needed to be a little bit more because we saw the crowd, you know, with the energy, obviously, you know, that the crowd would have gotten more feedback because we watched it how we saw it, right? Here comes St. Kitts, he came with the energy. But no, it was a different issue as it relates to the energy was there, but the transformation, right, to the crowd, to have the crowd singing and you know, the whole cohesiveness was not there. So that would be a separate issue. So if you were Masicka, I was Masicka, my next show, what would I do? Make sure, what me do? Transfer that energy to the people. Yeah. You realize different underlying issue. And I like so the man them say, all right then, him never have no energy, go a St. Kitts no energy, type of thing. So say, oh my God, like bro, when I just tell this a while ago, like what's going on, type of thing. So that's where the conversation goes, and that's what people need to be calling in on this platform, defending the artist and asking these conversations to the people them who say the artist flop. Exactly. Yeah. And that's where it is. And from time to time, we need to have these calling sessions, you know, happen, Roche, because with these calling sessions, people can listen and they can know how to go about certain conversation. And stop make these people pinning up in a corner and don't know what to say and know how to react. And even if you don't know, it's okay to not know. All right, then I have to fact check you on that one.
Yeah.
Can't agree with the cause. I'm not 100% sure. And before me give a clear answer, I need to fact check that. You're not
Yeah,
gonna
if you don't know, you just don't know.
if you don't know, you just don't know.
You can't argue with somebody if me can't argue a point I don't know about. We just don't know.
Exactly. And speaking of not knowing, surrounding again, bringing back everything to Masicka, right? Because we're now on the topic of why Masicka is irreplaceable in dancehall, right? Is that the mere fact say, yo, on one side, people alone are deem this man to be the next king of dancehall. Dancehall in general, the street acclaim this man to be king. You understand? My thing, right? And I think where Vendetta is a little bit sour on this conversation, and you cannot kill the messenger, bro. Can't kill the messenger. You have to just kill. You can't hate the messenger. You have to just hate the game, right? Here we have Alkaline out here. I never hear Alkaline. I make no form of a form of kingship out here or no goatship out here. The man say, yo, him are the key, man. So which mean more than if I ask Alkaline, all right, then Alkaline, when I say you are the key man, what does that mean? You get what I'm saying? All right, Russia, if you have to go, you have to go. Big up yourself. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you so much for the conversation today. We'll definitely link up here.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
All right, no problem. Big up yourself.
All right.
All right, guys. So again, if Alkaline is going to deem itself as being the key man out here, like what do you mean the key man of dancehall? We cannot have an idea when him say, all right, then me are the key man of dancehall. Nobody no fight him down. I see one side fight him down for call himself key man. I don't know about Gaza. I can't speak for Gaza type of thing. Whatever he means by that, everybody has their own rights when it comes to certain things, and that is fine. Right? Nobody not fight down nobody. And if Alkaline wants to step up and say, listen, me a king too, me a the go-to, nobody cannot push back on that. Because again, as we said, these two men are literally the two front runners in dancehall right now in this era. If we should take these two men out of dancehall right now, what do we have in dancehall? We'll just have Vybz Kartel just running around doing the most, but nothing at all would matter. All you're seeing Vybz Kartel and Gaza doing is rubbing and getting energy from Alkaline and from Masicka. What do you mean, Mellz? What are you talking about when you say grabbing and taking energy from these two men? Every little thing that these men do, they are criticized and critique, and they put Vybz Kartel in the conversation to keep his name going, type of thing. So that's what we are seeing here. So my thing is, if Gaza believe that these two men are not on Vybz Kartel level, how is it that they are being constantly compared to Vybz Kartel? Why stop talk about them and talk about Shaggy and Sean Paul? Why? That's what the topic of conversation should be about. Take Alkaline, take Masicka out of the conversation and talk about Shaggy and Sean Paul. But they cannot. They cannot do it, people. You know why they cannot do it? Because they know that dancehall just did not stop at Vybz Kartel. It went international, and when it went international, Shaggy and Sean Paul took dancehall with them. And there were other men who did the same thing too. Can't forget about what Beenie Man has brought to the forefront. Cannot forget about what Bounty Killer has done. What Shabarangs has done. What Buju Banton has done. And the list goes on, people. That's just how it is. So let's just continue and listen to the rest of the conversation, what J Progress is saying here.
When I say no prison, Vybz Kartel still have him, until me start realize say Vybz Kartel lose it. Vybz Kartel just lose the music, Vybz Kartel lose the morals, Vybz Kartel become a puppet and a clown to money. And that whole Vybz Kartel, Vybz Kartel, me don't know when him in a prison. Him come out and say, Lord God, money is everything, rare, and realize say, me rated, me can buy a few, but me can't buy everybody. And people not just see me, people not just look and see me money, them actually see me as Vybz Kartel. Let me tell you this. Masicka. Let me tell you, you see greatness in a life. Greatness is a hell of a thing. And Vybz Kartel got you the same thing. If you don't really check the stats about this, From Alkaline boss, Vice Cartel hate him. Because Vice Cartel could not see the greatness in the Alkaline. You know why?
I go through J Progress.
Alkaline was a scholar same way. University youth. Have him head pan him body. And at the time we used to say a Vice Cartel a bright DJ Ray. From Alkaline touchy ground, Vice Cartel hate him.
Yeah, it's true, guys. We literally talk about this earlier. For those who are on the live, guys, big up on yourself. Thank you for joining in, guys, in the conversation. Hope everybody is going, so everybody's doing good. Make sure that we are liking up the live, please. And thank you, guys. Make sure that we are subscribing to the channel. If we are indeed new here, please and thank you. And guys, make sure that we are supporting the live as well. Guys, love how this conversation is really and truly flowing type of thing. And, you know, pull this one out of the hat with J Progress here, and we love what he's saying so far, because a lot of these things that we touched on earlier on in the conversation as well, as far as you know Masicka and Alkaline is concerned, a type of thing, and with the whole Vybz Cartel. So here we have it, J Progress, talking up the things as regards to we were here for it, and we would have seen it right when these artists, came on the scene and the greatness that they brought. And we just have to be mindful and understand that, listen, the hate for these men run pretty deep. It was, it ran very deep, as it relates to, of course, seeing the greatness from early.
Because Vice Cartel wanted every artist on them show though. So once you're bad, you need to call your name from Vice Cartel. You see me? And when him realize, say, Alkaline relinquish that and say, oh, me nah call no Vice Cartel and nah big up no Vice Cartel. Him hate Alkaline right through. And guess what? Look at Alkaline right now. Alkaline a giant. You know, see it. And the same thing I take Masicka.
Yep. Same thing that's happening, guys. I'm telling you, we talked about this earlier. Big up to J Progress, for this one. Just, seem to be in full effect, based on the whole thing here. Absolutely did not have to kiss the ring, type of thing, and just has been doing his thing. Yes, we understand that, just, kind of like, going back to the whole Vendetta and Gully, underlying issues here. We know that, there was the time of MVP, and that's no more type of thing. And it's the same way when it comes to Masicka. We know that Masicka is now technically suffering the same fate. When it comes to the Gaza, because we step away from Gaza, we're no longer linking. What we're seeing happening right now is the same thing as far as Masicka, being attacked by these Gaza people. But we are here and we're standing strong and we're standing firm to out here defending Masicka, right? And not that he technically needs that big support from us as relates to whatever the situation may be. But when it comes to Masicka, he always use the music, and the music always speaks for itself. That's just how we always go at it. No controversial, no fluffing up of anything. Just let the music stands. And we have to be mindful again. Masicka, all right, 3 songs for the year so far. Three songs for the year so far. And I've not seen him come out and do anything controversial surrounding those 3 songs. And here we have it. This man is his name, literally undeniable in dancehall, and we cannot take away nothing from that. That's just what it is.
When Vice Cartel realized him can't control Masicka, because what Vice Cartel wanted, him know Masicka go great, but him want Masicka greatness be based off of Vice Cartel.
Yep, that is true. Guys, that is true. When I said that long time, man, we said that long time. That's why the whole conversation surrounding the song Infrared, and we need to talk about it, guys. One of them days where we unpack certain things and talk about it, right? Especially on the topic of conversation that, listen, greatness is just greatness, bruv, right? And Masicka is irreplaceable in dancehall, right? Because the greatness is there. Everybody see it. The young see it, the old see it, everybody see it. The greatness is there. So it's about having Masicka underneath, his thumb, allegedly, right? Under his thumb. That's what he wanted to happen, and realizing that, that not gonna happen. Right? We talk about, the harvesting of energy. That's what these men do. try to control. And that's why when time Masicka part place, people were talking about, oh, infrared this, infrared that. Oh, with the whole performance. Masicka, so why sing if you sing infrared, that would make your performance like get the fuck out of here. That would make your performance better. So these people will stop at anything, guys, and they, stop at anything to demean an artist once they stop saying Vybz Kartel or once they don't kiss the Vybz Kartel ring. That's exactly what these people will do, right? And we see how much, right, that these two men have literally not say suffered, but are enduring in the game. And then we have other people run out and say, yo, leave the youths them or the youths them time now. People open at them feelings and people have the most to say. But the reality of the fact is, like, Masicka is the future of dancehall, and that's just what it is, and it's undeniable. It is undeniable.
Just like when you hear Skilly Ben rate Vybz Kartel and can big up Vybz Kartel, uno mind every big dancehall artist out there have something to do with Vybz Kartel and call Vybz Kartel name. But now him realize in a 2 days, the dancehall artists them no rate Vybz Kartel. And I know bad mind them either. Them bad mind him either. Because he will tell you say, them bad mind him through him money. But guess what? Vybz Kartel forgot say every dancehall artist can put food on them table. A whole of them a drive a car. A whole of them a do all of these things. But yet still everybody bad mind Vybz Kartel for money. No, because Vybz Kartel feel like say the money where him have our control everybody. See it there, you know. Vybz Kartel this popcorn brawling over social media, you know. As a youth to check fee, you know. So what? Money replace that. Money replace respect. Money replace respect and morals. Eh? A youth to respect you and I look out for your well-being. Just for clout on social media, you're this in brawling. You're this bounty killer brawling and then you come beg friend. Let me tell you something, Vybz Kartel. A whole heap of man miss with money and wish them could have still spend it and can't spend it.
True.
You hear that? Money, a commodity, and you have to know that. You see, respect and legacy, it's still longer.
And speaking of respect and legacy, guys, respect and legacy, where do we see that happening? Taking that conversation, guys, right back to, of course, Masicka. Guys, I'm a little bit like guys, oh my god, like hold on, I'm trying to see what's going on here, like pardon me guys, but Argentina is playing and I'm literally sweating as a motherfucker here because like I looked away for a few minutes and by the time I look, Cape Verde was at 2 and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? Literally, I know, I think we're up 3. It went into overtime, obviously. I know we're at 3-2. We're at 3-2, guys. So, love to see how people are sad. So the Portugal fans, you can... Portugal fans, get lost, bro. Like, there's so much things I want to tell y'all right now, but I'm on live and I must be cute and I must be very respectable. Portugal fans, go away. That's what more I have to tell you. One Messi upon the app, guys. One Messi upon the app. Big up to my bad baller. Messi always been Messi. Big up. And big up to the team as well. Martinez and them boy, they big up to the team. Because so one man alone can't bring the team. Big up to Argentina. Big up to Argentina. All right, guys. Back to the conversation. So yes, guys. So as we get to understand that there are certain things that just cannot be changed. When the path is already set, right? It just simply cannot be changed. And again, if we're going to be out here and if we're going to be out here competing with the youths, them at least have some hit songs out here where people can relate to. At least have some hit songs. And literally, as we're seeing here, guys, Vybz Kartel is literally not the artist that people are claiming him out to be in this year, in this day and age, 2026, right? He needs to hang it up. Right now, he needs to be, a so-called mentor and a light to the youth, but we're not seeing that. What we're seeing is this whole prepping up and fluffing up and glazing by the Gaza nation to make it seem like he's the best thing since sliced bread and that he has dancehall in his palm, and that's not what it is, guys. So it's good to see J Progress come out here and shine some light regarding to some situations here surrounding what's happening. and understanding, of course, that when it comes to Masicka and when it comes to Alkaline, right? Leading Vybz Kartel right now in this year 2026, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is, people.
No money Bob Marley left, him left legacy. And Kartel, your legacy rub out. Because the moment you come wind up in a brief and say you lead a culture like dancehall, we know say you done it done.
Yep, and just back to the legacy, guys. Back to the legacy. What I want you to understand that J Progress talk about the legacy, and that is exactly what Masicka is building in dancehall, a legacy. Remember good enough, people. Remember good when of course when Masicka came on the scene, and he came on the scene, umpteen years ago. Remember how he came out. Just imagine if Masicka was still that grimy hardcore dancehall that artist that he was, and we love that about him. That's what drawn us to him, first and foremost. But we know that there's something called marketing, that you have to market yourself in a particular way. Absolutely, that way people will be able to your legacy will remain, right? Your legacy, what you'll remain, and that's when people say, all right, then, what's his name? Tommy Lee is a bigger artist than Masicka. That makes sense. How do we derive and how do we get to to that topic of conversation? Because there's different things, and there's a collaborative of things that makes an artist, a much more bigger artist. And when we talk about the legacy in dancehall, Masicka has the legacy, and that's why people can rely on him. His peers can rely on him to be on an album, to be of a representative. He can be in certain spaces, of course, with prime ministers and high class quality people, and this man out here being an ambassador. So that's where the legacy comes in. So I can ask the Spartans, what legacy have Tommy Lee built out there in dancehall that will last forever? What legacy as there that's been built? And I can ask the Gaza fans, all right, then talk about the legacy with me. And I'm not saying that Vybz Kartel has not made an impact, in some way, shape, or form in dancehall. But what does that legacy, what does it look like, type of thing? And I've said it already. Down the part that Vybz Kartel was going, right, the more nonsense he does is just strip and take away from the so-called legacy that he has built, right? And here, here, J Progress is saying it here as regards to, the whole conversation of legacy, right? You're out here doing the most because you're trying to catch some type of clout and all of that stuff, type of thing, and it's not necessary. Let the music speak for itself. But you know what? He's not that artist who is secure enough to say, you know what? I'm going to drop an album. Let me leave it to the fans to decide if the album does well or not. Walipa things happen now. We've seen it. A whole lot of things happen with this album. Things we cannot trust. We don't know. We're confused type of thing. This whole squabbling and whatnot because they could not buy their way to number one on the chart. Another man hold it down, and because another man hold down the chart, them upset and in their feelings and them hate and them type of stuff. We cannot trust things that you guys out here are doing. Everything else but no hit songs. Everything else but no hit song. Make that make sense? So that's the topic of conversation here as we're talking about what's happening in dancehall, and the mere fact that a lot of these so-called camps and these artists are trying to make it seem like people are just replaceable, but that's not the case, people. Warren Mother Still, how are you doing, Warren? So true, my sister. Big up yourself, Warren Mother Still. Thank you for joining in. So that's the whole topic of conversation here. As it relates to when it comes to dancehall, Vybz Kartel just is not running it. But his fan base will have you believe that, people, but that's not how it works.
I think the youth them respect you no more. You don't see a clone, you have to clone out yourself on social media. Right now, you're a TikToker, brother. You're a TikToker or a social or a content creator. Right now, your artistry drop because no song make people watch you right now. You don't see it. You lose it and you eat Alkaline and Masicka because you see them greatness and you know say them lucky.
Guys, don't I always talk about artistry? So when people come to me with the conversation about, oh, Mel, that artist is this and that artist is that, I always bring it back to the artistry. Like, all right, then explain to me what made this artist great. Because it's not about, put down your phone for a second. It's not just about the views. What can you tell me about this artist? What is the street saying about this artist? What impact does this artist has? What growth has this artist grow over the past, couple of years, few years? What can we say? So these are topic of conversation. What's the depth between in this artist song based on what he's doing out there right now? Explain that to me. So there's so much things, guys, that you have to come to with the conversation about when we're talking about a great artist. I can tell you about mine. I can definitely tell you about mine and what make my artist a great artist, while still learning and still improving. But when you're coming to the conversation, there's so much things that you have to make mention, and there's so much things that you have to let me know.
Game. Well, time I go tell. I hope the Gaza fans them can take you when that time they come. Believe.
All right, guys. So how are we feeling? How are we doing? I know there was a lot that was said today, type of thing. A lot was said today, but I do really, in fact, believe that this conversation needs to be had, even if it was just more so, with a listening ear when it comes to conversations, because again, we must learn and we must know that when we are going to the conversation or to certain people with certain conversation, we must learn how to have these conversations in the right way, especially when it comes to your artist type of thing. So again, just wanna transfer a little bit and see what's happening. Guys, did you go vote? Guys, did you go over my page? Did you guys go over there and vote? Guys, on YouTube, I literally did the whole thing, guys. I did I did the poll. I did the poll on YouTube. Did you guys see it? I don't know if you guys see it or not, I did the poll over there. Guys, go vote. Which fan base have the most beautiful girls over there? Go vote. Go vote over there, guys. Go vote over there. Which fan base have the most beautiful girls? So let's see how the vote is going so far. So we have Masicka 67. We have one side 67. We have Vendetta 25, and we have Gaza 8%. So guys, go over there and vote, guys, and which fan base. It keeps the momentum going, and we keep the conversation going. So let's just go over there and vote, guys. Vote as relates to which fan base over there has the as the most beautiful girls type of thing. So that Barclays is coming up, as you guys know it. And as far as Barclays is concerned, we love to see the ladies come out, because remember, one of the things that they're saying is that, oh, Masicka don't have no female fans. So definitely want to see the ladies them come out. So one side ladies, they are beautiful, and just big up to the fans, them big up to them for posting their videos and things like that. All right, love what we're seeing here. Love the female them posting and us representing, of course, for Masicka. These are brand spanking new videos, by the way, guys. We talk about impact. This is what we mean when we talk about Masicka and the impact, of course, of the ladies, and of course in dancehall. This one said it's Friday. Hold on. Let me refresh this one so we can play it real quickly. Hold on. Screen is a little bit frozen there. Hold on for a second, guys. What's going on here? Why is my screen frozen like this? Hold on. Let's see. All right, guys. What the hell? What in the world? Why is this frozen like this? All right, love to see the ladies come out, of course, guys. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Oh, what's going on here? Hold on, guys. Sometimes I have the videos there. I just have to unshare and share my screen again and see what happened here. All right, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. Sharing the screen. Hold on, guys. Hold on, make sure.
Love how you slide up for the fly. Love how you ride up on it and you look at no deny. Slide up on it and Mr. God no yeah. Push it deep, and she feel shy. Push it deep, grip your tie. Your love is still, you me see, yeah. Your pussy wet up, oh my. Push the body head up. Love how you slide up for the fly. Love how you ride up on it and you look at no deny. Slide up on it and Mr. God no yeah.
All right, one side ladies are the prettiest. The prettiest. Love what we are seeing here. Let's see. Supposed to have some other little videos here as well. All right, here we have another one here. Let me make sure that we're sharing. Hold on.
This too easy. When you can't buy your own pussy, the world so are gone. When we do it, bust behind them, Lord. Push the violence broad. As we silence crowd. Wash part and wash up your style them hall. Which pussy fi run file I road. And behind them Lord and we wild and call. To them man where them sign them soul. You will find them fall when they crocks them proud. Then we full of shoes with the writing soul. Thunder striking our lightning roll. And box who you will lie them tall. Your daddy box you till you eye them soul. I'm shooting on you with striking goal. The 19 Lord change guy skin tone. Woulda call every done inside him phone. Your funeral day for the writing done. Focus in the brain. Let you flick up your butt. Chip up a glock. Little sprat flick up a chat.
All right, we love what we're seeing, and guys, the ladies love what they love and they don't like what they like. And we know that when it comes to the females, guys, you know, I'm one of those females as well. When I literally come out, you know, it can be either a girl song, it can be either, you know, one of what we call it to be one of them hardcore Masicka songs. You know, we have our favorites out there. So of course, big up to the female fans. Love what they're doing out here, you know, representing as we get closer towards Barclays. Of course, on the 15th of August. As I said, guys, one side ladies, they are the prettiest. They are indeed the prettiest. So love the videos. Definitely love to see the females coming out to represent you guys. And like I said, you know, guys, you know, cannot make this up. These are brand spanking new videos as relates to Masicka. Here we have
Queen in the Queen in the day. Push it clean and you no wreck. Push it in and make you wet. Won't a shuffle me shuffle, just still the queen in the deck. Queen in the day. Queen in the day. Push it clean and you no wreck. Push it in and make you wet. Won't a shuffle me shuffle, just still the queen in the deck. Queen in the day. Queen in the day. Push it clean and you no wreck. Push it in and make you.
All right, love seeing the ladies representing, and it seems to be a new trend, guys, that's been going on around Masicka trend. I've seen a few of these. I don't know what you call them, like a boomerang. I've seen, you see, I played one earlier as well, guys. So, you know, when it comes to Masicka and the ladies, you know that the ladies love Masicka, and they will be live and direct at the Barclays, and we cannot wait for such performance. Again, love what we are seeing. We take a look at Ticketmaster earlier, and based on what we were seeing on Ticketmaster, we had another area that was light blue on the lighter side, soon to be gray. Only had a few tickets there. Roughly 5 tickets that we saw that was left in that area. And we love to see the movement and how things are going. We just have to continue to implore the fans and, of course, the music lovers, you know, the Masicka support to go out and get their tickets who have not gotten their tickets already, guys, to go out there and to buy their tickets so that they will be at the show, right? We are here and we are here and we are here to make sure that we support Masicka to our best of our ability. And guys, as you know, 2 hours 11 minutes in the live, guys. It's been great. It's been wonderful, right? It's been a great day. Love the mere fact that you guys came out to support, and we're able to have a whole conversation, guys. So big up to everybody for passing through. Right. Again, Masicka Irreplaceable in Dancehall, and here's why. And we did share some whys regarding to that, and those to kind of like shape, talk about some things that was happening with regards to Vendetta and Gully type of thing. So Summer Jam, guys, happening tomorrow in Germany. Masicka sold gold in Germany, and it should be a really good experience tomorrow to see him come out to perform for the fans. Hope to get some live footage over there to see the show spot on. So big up to everybody who took the time to pass through. It's been an absolute pleasure. Warren Mother, still big up yourself. Thank you for passing through. Thank you for your support today. Polly, big up yourself. Thank you for joining in as well. Fully Out, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for that super chat on the live for today. Greatly appreciated. We also had Miss Jacob that was in the building. Big up yourself, Miss Jacob. Thank you for passing through. We also had, some of our, we also had some of our oppositions pass through as well. Tasha, Siobhan, big up on yourself. I noticed that Siobhan and Tasha was timed out. You guys, there's so much time in your mind, I went ahead and I checked your whistle. Please, guys, there's so much time you're asking them. I'm not asking them again, guys. I'm not asking again. Your whistle, why you time out Tasha and Siobhan? Your whistle, why you time them out? They're not, as long as you're not doing anything rude, anything disrespectful, please do not come on the platform and time these people out for no reason. They're just over here defending their artists the same way or we are over on other people platform and defending Masicka, right? As long as they're not being rude to us, they're not being disrespectful, and we know when people are being rude and when people are being disrespectful, right? I did notice from StreamYard that they did not say anything rude or disrespectful. Please do not time these people out, right? This space, my space, Mellz space is created, for created. If they're spamming your whistle, that's a difference. That's different. But I'm just saying, make sure that we are not timing out the people then for no reason at all. You understand? It should give you guys great pleasure. We don't have soon an enemy coming on the chat, come ball and them can't do nothing but just lap them tail and run away, right? Versus us timing them out for no reason and don't have that pleasure of seeing them crying. Let them cry in the comment section. That's what we want to see. But if it's the spamming, if that's what it was, fine. But make sure that we are not going out there and timing out people for no reason at all. All right, we also had Just Skinny in the building. Big up yourself, Just Skinny, for passing through. General Oosh was also in the building as well. Big up yourself and General Oosh. Thank you so much for joining in on the conversation today. General Oosh, why the sad face? Why are you sad, General Oosh? General Oosh, why are you sad? Big up yourself in General Oosh. It's always a pleasure when you pass through. Hold on, wait a minute. All right, big up to General Oosh with those 5 gifted membership. Right at the last minute there, General Oosh, big up yourself. Thank you for those 5 gifted membership on the live for today. They are greatly appreciated.
Pull up on 20 Masicka spot. Wednesday, empty barrel. He kill a rock chain like Django. Village see there. Ain't true, me say fuck them system. See them style. Run now. Act like your body. Run him down. Oh. Hey. Just act like your body. Alright. Run. Hey boy, a 50-69 clip. Run.
All right, 56 another clip. General Oosh, as per usual, big up yourself. Thank you for your support on the live for today with those gifted membership. We have Jeff Tullock. Is it Tullock? That received a free gifted membership. We also have Waytham. I'm sorry. Waytham with a gifted membership. We also have DJ Evil with a free gifted membership. We also have Jamaican immigrant with a free gifted membership, and we also have the Crazy World of Crime. Oh my God, people, when you get them name from, bro? Crazy World of Crime with a gifted membership. All right, big up to those who have received their gifted membership. Congratulations to you guys. And of course, General Oosh, thank you again for those gifted membership. General Oosh says, I want to win my bets. You want General Oosh, the bet they go again. I think they say if you lose, if Argentina lose, or they go again. I remember on General Oosh. How did the bet go again? Because the match done, so I know the match done and Argentina did win in overtime there. I don't remember how you saw the bet did go again. So I hope you did not lose, but I'm just saying I hope you bet wisely, because you know that if you what General Oosh. Did you really, General Oosh? You really bet against Argentina? Oh my days, General Oosh. Oh my God. I thought you meant us well. If you lose, me win. Sean or General Oosh. But like I said though, like I kind of like predict the game as far as like I said I said Argentina was gonna score first, and I said that there's no based on how whether we want to admit it or not, based on how we call them Cape Verde was playing, they were playing, and we have to understand that there is a thing where underdog always win in the world that they think that they don't win, because people are saying, oh, Cape Verde is a small team, people not expecting them to win, General Oosh. But you have to understand that when people really want something, bro, they will really go at it. It doesn't matter who is the reigning champion, who is the under. Once they want it and they push towards getting it and they work really hard, whether or not they are an underdog or not, they will be able. And I did not expect anything different from Cape Verde to really pushed out and push back on Argentina, because we have seen how they're playing, and they're really playing as though, even though they're an underdog, they're playing that they really want this type of thing. So, and it just go towards any team whatsoever. When it comes to a team who really wants it, bro, I'm telling you, there's this really cool book that's called David and Goliath, one of my favorite books of all time. I implore people to go and read it. Very, very, very interesting stuff. It tells you really, really and truly how underdog really win in the world, that they think that people think that they are that they're not fit to be champions. You'll be surprised. And Cape Verde is literally one of those prime example. So whether they had gone up against Portugal or whatnot, they don't care. Once they really want it and they position themselves to win, they will definitely win. That's just how underdog goes to work. But I think I said to myself, all right, then if they whenever they score back on us, if they score and give us enough time, then we should be able to rise and be victorious amongst them, above them anyways. So yeah. And so the football thing, I'm gonna really follow it up like we used to back in the day, but very happy. A win is a win. So we said 2-3. It says, good, kudos to Cape, Verde, how they played. We cannot rule that out. Kudos to them. But, at the end of the day, one champion. We're not about to take the belt. Yes, so Portugal, we are coming. Make sure to come in the A game. Because y'all, the 8 that y'all have out here for no reason at all need to be studied. I'm telling you. All right, guys, that's it. All right, that's it. Enough on football, guys. It's always a pleasure. Big up to each and every one of you guys for passing through today. Again, big up on yourself. It's in this heat, guys. Make sure that we are staying cool as a cucumber. I'm telling you, Lord God, guys, this morning I tell us to feel the heat. Hi, make sure we're staying hydrated, guys. Make sure that we are taking care of ourselves in this summer heat. Not normal at all. But big up on yourself, guys. And as per usual, I will definitely see you guys tomorrow. Big up on yourself. Thank you for passing through, guys. Have a great night.